The Portland Pigpen once again playing host to an AFC matchup this week as the 5-0 River Hogs look to stay undefeated, while Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphins try to solidify another year of champagne for their 1972 team. Opening drive, 3rd and 6, and Tannehill dumps off to Kenyon Drake, who gets by D4, pulling him across the first down marker. Next play, Drake again for the first down, this time on the inside handoff for 11 up the middle. 2 plays later, Tannehill with the play fake and looking to throw, stands in and squeezes one into tight end Ben Koyak for 29 yards and another first down. Then on 3rd and 10, Tannehill quickly bails on the pocket and fires incomplete. Flag comes out, and you know it's a bad call when Andy Reid hands off his lunch menu. Pass interference on Anthony Hitchens keeps the drive alive, but the River Hog defense would hold as on 3rd and 12, Tannehill throws short to Mike Gesicki, shy of the marker, which brings out Cody Parkey, who is up and good from 29 yards out, and Miami takes a 3-0 lead. River Hogs get their first shot now, and on 2nd and 4, Mahomes fakes and hits Travis Kelce for 8 and a first down. After a holding penalty makes it 2nd and 20, Mahomes floating one to Kelce, who makes a great catch through contact, stumbling past the marker for a first down. Next play, Mahomes throwing again and hits Tyreek Hill on the quick out. Hill avoids a tackle and takes it for 20 yards down to the Miami 27. But then on 3rd and 9, Mahomes looking for Sammy Watkins, but it's knocked away by TJ Carey, bringing up 4th down and a Harrison Butker 43-yard field goal attempt, which is up and good to tie things up at 3. Second quarter now, Kenyon Drake takes the counter and wins the tackle battle by pressing X, which stands for extra, extra. Read all about it. Tackle battles are f***ing bull. Ken Crawley chasing and finally pulls him down at the 21, but not before a 64-yard gain. Then next play, Tannehill with the fake to Drake, who picks up the blitz. Tannehill fires to Devontae Parker, who makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and scores, giving Miami a 10-3 lead. River Hogs trying to answer, and on their first play, Mahomes hits Tyreek Hill on the crosser for 15 and a first down near midfield. 4 plays later, 2nd and 10, Mahomes looks to throw, but has a huge lane to run, so he tucks it under and picks up 12 to move the chains. Next play, Mahomes gives to Brandon Oliver, who takes the inside handoff and takes it just shy of the marker for 9. Then on 3rd and 1, Spencer Ware keeps the chains moving, picking up 2 and a first down. But then on 2nd and 10, Mahomes looking to throw, but gets hit by Dante Fowler, and when you see that animation, you know what's coming. Fumble on the play, recovered by Miami, and as we take a look at the replay, we see Mitchell Schwartz do a fantastic job of picking up the imaginary blitzer, but it comes at the expense of letting Dante Fowler in untouched. So Miami takes over, and on 2nd and 6, Tannehill hits Gesicki for 17 yards and a first down near midfield. But on 3rd and 2 from the 43, the give goes to Drake, who can't get past the marker, and on 4th and inches in typical Madden fashion, Miami opts for the 59-yard field goal, and Cody Parkey says you can't hit the upright if the kick is short, and Portland takes over at midfield. However, they go 3 and out, giving it right back to Miami, and on their first play, Tannehill, with all the time in the world, loads up and throws deep to Devontae Parker. He's the only player to react, catching the 65-yard bomb. But then on 3rd and 8, Tannehill looking to throw, and again, just all day to throw, but the clock on his protection runs out as D4 takes him down for the sack. Dolphins send out Parkey again, this time from 50 yards, and he tries to hit the upright, but it's just a bit outside, no good, and the score remains 10-3. Just before half now, 3rd and 6 for Miami, and Tannehill finds Parker on the slant, who takes a shot but hangs on for the first down. Next play, Miami with the inside draw to Drake, who weaves and spins off a tackle to pick up 17. Miami calls timeout. Then out of the timeout, Tannehill throws quick to Gesicki, who bowls his way to midfield for 12 and a first down, and Miami uses their 2nd timeout. But out of that timeout, Tannehill looks to throw, floats one down the seam, but Kendall Fuller goes up and picks it off, and with 52 seconds left in the half, the River Hogs offense takes over, and Portland has a chance at points. So on their first play, Mahomes looking to throw, drifts back in the pocket and floats one to Tyreek Hill for 12 yards, doesn't get out of bounds, so Portland uses their first timeout. Then out of the timeout, Mahomes with the fake, looking to throw, and lofts one deep for Sammy Watkins, who makes the catch, hanging on for the 41-yard gain. 3 plays later, 3rd and 3, and Mahomes hits long windboard for 6, setting up 1st and goal. Portland uses their last timeout, but red zone disaster one more time as Mahomes looks to throw, forces it into the end zone, and rookie Bennett Fitzpatrick comes down with the pick, and the River Hogs again come away with nothing, and Miami heads into half with a 10-3 lead. So second half now, River Hogs trying to get something going as Mahomes moves in the pocket before floating one to Ricky Seals-Jones, who bobbles it but makes the 20-yard catch for a first down. Then 3 plays later, 3rd and 3, and it's Mahomes back to Seals-Jones, who makes the catch, picking up 15 and another first down. But on 3rd down, Mahomes looking to throw, steps up but right into the waiting arms of William Hayes for the sack, bringing up 4th down and a Harrison Butker 40-yard field goal attempt, and the shenanigans reach peak form as the perfect kick meter is simply no match for the All-Madden gods, and Butker's kick is blocked for the 4th time this year, and the score once again remains 10-3. So Miami takes back over just in time to hold a moment of silence for the River Hogs pass rush. And Tannehill finds Mike Gesicki for 30 yards and a first down across midfield. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10, Tannehill looking to throw, and again all day in the pocket. Pressure finally gets there, but Tannehill breaks 1 sack, 2 sacks, 3 sacks before finally finding Kenny Stills for the 29-yard catch to set up 1st and goal. 2 plays later from the 10, the give goes to Kenyon Drake, who takes it down inside the 5, bringing up 3rd and goal. And after back-to-back false starts pushes Miami back to the 13, the All-Madden gods rectify the setback by giving Tannehill 10 seconds to throw. He finds a wide open Kenyon Drake for the 13-yard score, and the unrelenting barrage of All-Madden shenanigans continues to overwhelm Portland as they now trail 17-3. River Hogs keep fighting though, and on their second play, Mahomes hits Brandon Oliver for the first down and a gain of 14. 2 plays later, it's Mahomes to Kelsey for 8 more and another first down as he hangs on for the tough catch. Then faced with a 3rd and 4, it's Mahomes to Sammy Watkins on the crosser for another gain of 8 to keep the sticks moving. Next play, Mahomes continuing to deal, moves in the pocket to his right and dumps short to Tyreek Hill, who uses his speed for the 16-yard catch and run, taking it down to the Miami 10. And after a loss of 2 on first down, Mahomes fires to Albert Wilson for his first catch of the year, gain of 11 but shy of the goal line. And on 3rd down, Mahomes throwing and fires to Sammy Watkins, who hangs on for the 1-yard touchdown catch. And despite all the mistakes and All-Madden shenanigans, Portland makes it a 1-score game at 17-10. Miami's turn now, and on the last play of the 3rd quarter, Drake takes the carry, bounces off 2 tacklers, and turns a 5-yard loss into a 9-yard gain. Then to start the 4th, 3rd and 1, and Miami goes back to Drake, who gets the first, again picking up 9. Next play, Tannehill fakes and just throws up a Hail Mary, and the All-Madden gods answer with a 41-yard catch by Kenny Stills. But on 3rd down, Tannehill again throwing, dumps short to Kenyon Drake, who gets tackled short of the marker, bringing up 4th down. Cody Parkey comes on for the 26-yard field goal, closes his eyes, swings his leg, and puts the kick through, and Miami goes up by 10. First play for the River Hogs, and Mahomes continues to sling it, finding Travis Kelce for 17 yards over the middle and a first down. 2 plays later, Mahomes throwing again and goes underneath to the running back Darrell Williams for 10 yards and another first down to the Miami 37. Next play, Mahomes going back to the skies and floats one deep for Sammy Watkins, who again hangs on for the tough catch, but comes up 1 yard shy of the end zone, and that would be a huge yard, as on 2nd and goal, the pitch goes to Spencer Ware, who gets stopped by his own fullback, preventing him from scoring. Andy Reid says All-Madden shenanigans, and now our own teammates are turning against us. And then on the next play, you know how the story goes. Mahomes looking to throw, moves to his right, nowhere to go, and fires it blindly into the end zone, where it's picked off by Denzel Perryman. Flag is holding on Portland, so Miami takes over. And first play of the drive, Kenyon Drake continues to torch Portland for 15 more yards and another first down. Next play, it's back to Drake for 17 more, but Eric Berry says, "I will not stand for these All-Madden shenanigans," and starches the Miami running back, forcing a fumble. Portland recovers, taking over at midfield. However, they go 3 and out, and Miami back with the ball goes right back to Drake, who takes it outside, picking up 10 on 2nd and 9 to move the chains. And then Miami dials up a steady dose of tight end cheese as Tannehill hits Gesicki for 15 and another first down. 2 plays later, it's Tannehill with the fake and back to the big tight end for 19 more as Miami crosses midfield. And the final nail in the River Hog coffin is with 2:15 to go, as Tannehill again with all day to throw and hits Gesicki for the 25-yard score. Dolphins push it to 27-10, and that's how this one would finish. and just an overall terrible day all around for Portland. They leave at least 20 points on the field with a fumble in the red zone, 2 interceptions in the end zone, and then a blocked field goal as well. Miami racks up 569 total yards as Tannehill throws for 354 and Drake finishes with 226 on the ground. Mahomes throws for 371, but a fumble and 2 costly picks in a game Portland is just hoping to forget and move on from as they host Chicago next week. Meanwhile, Miami, riding high off a big win, will stay on the road as they head to Pittsburgh and take on the Steelers on Thursday night next week. Alright guys, so we take a big L and fall to 5-1 on the year, and that was not a fun game to play at all. I gave up almost 600 yards of offense, and a ton of it was on just what I'd consider typical All-Madden shenanigans, tackle battles resulting in 60-yard runs, players not responding to button presses resulting in huge plays, Tannehill having seemingly unlimited time in the pocket to throw a couple of times, perfect accuracy field goals getting blocked. I got called for like 5 holding calls, so it was like playing NFL blitz at times. Just a perfect storm of All-Madden shenanigans that created a terrible game all around. But on the other side of the coin, if you play All-Madden, you're going to have to deal with that and basically expect it. All that being said, I did waste plenty of opportunities at scoring early in the game with the fumble and then throwing 2 picks in the end zone and just made a bunch of mistakes, so it all can't be put on that, but still a bit frustrating nonetheless. But putting that game in the rear view, we had one negotiation this week, and it was with defensive tackle Xavier Williams, who I mentioned last video during the Reggie Ragland trade as being an upcoming free agent. The fair offer for him was a 3-year, $10.4 million deal with $3.48 million guaranteed, and we're going to end up passing on that. Williams is only a 74 overall, and I don't really see him getting much better, so we're going to let him walk and look to upgrade that position in the offseason. Moving to scouting and the draft board, we did have a new draft story and 2 new tweets this week. So starting with the story, which has the headline, Okun goes to work versus Skinner, and that story reads, tasked with the assignment of covering Dre Skinner, Dominic Okun delivered. The star DB never let Skinner get comfortable as USC racked up the win. And then moving to the tweets where we again get a Dominic Okun reference from Matt Miller, which reads, did you see the game Dominic Okun had this week? That's why he's my #1 ranked DB. And then lastly, we had another one from Mark Schlereth that reads, hasn't been a DB this year that can cover Matt Rodriguez, just keeps on making big plays. So looking at the draft board, we have Matt Rodriguez at the top, who is a first-round projection out of UCLA and the receiver just mentioned by Mark Schlereth. Then we have Dominic Okun, who is a free safety and also a first-round projection. Then we have a couple of defensive tackles in Margarito Sutton and Cameron Cohen, who are both first-round projections and true talent. And then lastly, we have Dre Skinner, who is a first-round projection but a 6th-round true talent, which kind of makes sense given the fact that he was locked up and shut down by a free safety as mentioned in this week's draft story. But with that, it's time to transition from team to league, and as always, we start with scores from around the league, and Thursday nights have not been good to the 49ers this year, as 2 weeks ago they were beaten 42-10 by the Falcons, and this week they were beaten 35-10 by way of the Rams. Moving to Sunday, the Texans beat the Bengals 35-14, Bills beat the Patriots 14-8 in New England, Buccaneers take down the Cards 38-31, Saints over the Seahawks 35-21, Colts beat the Jets in a Super Bowl III rematch, Ravens beat the Steelers at home, Bears go into Lambeau and drop the Packers, Lions beat the Raiders 27-20, Falcons need overtime against the 0-4 Titans but stay undefeated with the 33-27 win, Chargers put up 42 on the Jaguars and win by 14, then on Sunday night the Eagles get a big 23-20 win over the Giants, and on Monday night the Cowboys easily drop the Vikings 28-7. So looking at the AFC standings, the Bills, by virtue of their bye week, hold a half-game lead over the Dolphins and lead the East. The Ravens' second win over the Steelers in 3 weeks gives them a season sweep and keeps them at the top of the North at 4-1-1. Texans close to within a half game of the first-place Jaguars in the South, and then in the West, we still hold the top spot, and the Chargers move into a tie for second with the Broncos, who are on the bye, while the Raiders continue to be nice and cozy at the bottom. Over to the NFC side, the Redskins were off and stay at the top at 4-1, while the Cowboys and Eagles Eagles both pick up wins. The Bears and Lions, both at 4-2, have separated themselves from the 2-4 Packers and 0-6 Vikings. Then in the South, it's the Falcons and everyone else as they sit at 6-0 and 2.5 games up on both the Saints and Panthers. Then out west, the Rams look poised to take the division for the third year in a row as they sit at 5-1, 2 games ahead of the Cardinals. The AFC Offensive Player of the Week is Dede Westbrook of the Jaguars. The 4th-round pick in 2017 caught 7 passes for a whopping 210 yards receiving, with 129 of those coming after the catch. Westbrook scored twice on receptions, including an 87-yarder, but it wasn't enough as the Jaguars were pummeled by the Chargers 42-28 in Los Angeles. As for the NFC, Jameis Winston of the Buccaneers takes home the award. Winston was 28-39 for 353 yards and 3 touchdowns, which resulted in a very solid 125.2 passer rating. Like Westbrook, Winston was involved in a high-scoring affair, but unlike Westbrook, Winston's team came away with the victory as the Bucs beat the Cards 38-31. Defensively, the AFC Player of the Week is Dolphins defensive end Dante Fowler Jr. You all saw Fowler force a fumble of Patrick Mahomes, which he also recovered, but that was only one of his 3 sacks on the day. Fowler is said to be sharing this award with River Hog right tackle Mitchell Schwartz, who showed no intent to ever even touch Fowler throughout the Dolphins' 27-10 win in Portland. On the NFC side, the award goes to another defensive end in the Lions, Ziggy Ansah. Ansah was only in on 3 tackles, but got to Derek Carr twice and was able to pick off a pass from his spot on the defensive line. Ansah's big day was key in the Lions being able to pick up a 27-20 home victory over the Raiders. On to the league leaders, where for the first time this year, someone other than Carson Wentz holds the top spot in passer rating. Jared Goff and his 113.4 rating are now at the top. Matt Ryan continues to lead the way in passing yards as he closes in on 2,000 for the year. And then Sam Bradford only throws for 1 score against the Bucs and holds on to the top spot, but is also tied with Blake Bortles. As for the rushers, we see a major shakeup as all 3 categories have new leaders. In rushing yards, Todd Gurley takes the top spot from Le'Veon Bell with his 646 yards rushing. Gurley also moves into sole possession of the top spot in rushing touchdowns, as he is now the only player in the league with 6. And then Dalvin Cook, who is still living off that huge day he had against us in week 1, leads the way in yards per carry with his 6.6 average. Moving to the receivers, Curtis Gorin holds on to his spot atop the receptions leaderboard with 47 and sits 5 ahead of teammate Devontae Adams as well as our own Travis Kelce. Week 6 brings our first player to the leaderboard as Tyreek Hill and his 544 yards receiving leads the league. And then David Njoku remains at the top of the touchdown catch leaders, but is also tied with Julius Thomas and Cooper Kupp. On the defensive side, we have a new face from the same place as Anthony Barr takes over the league lead in tackles from teammate Eric Kendricks. However, beyond that, everything remains the same as Von Miller continues to lead the way with 7 sacks, tied with both Clay Matthews and David Irving. And then Patrick Peterson remains alone at the top of the interception category with 5 picks on the year. And then as the week and the video wrap up, we take a look at next week's schedule, starting with the team that just whooped our ass as Miami heads to Pittsburgh on Thursday night. Moving to Sunday, the Texans head to Atlanta to face the 6-0 Falcons. Eagles, Redskins in a big NFC East game. Chargers at Packers, Titans at Panthers, and Bills at Ravens. 49ers head to New Orleans. Cowboys travel to New York to play the Jets. Browns at Bengals, Giants at Seahawks. The 4-2 Bears come to Portland as we look to bounce back. Detroit heads to Tampa Bay. Then on Sunday night, the 4-2 Jaguars head to Mile High to face the Broncos. And on Monday night, the Cardinals look to keep their division hopes alive as they host the Los Angeles Rams. Colts, Vikings, Patriots, and Raiders all have the week off. And that's going to do it here for week 6, guys. Obviously not a great week for us with how the game went, but at 5-1, we're still in a very good spot, and we get a chance to move on and bounce back with the 4-2 Bears coming in next video. So as Bill Belichick would say, it's on to Chicago. So tune in next time for highlights from that, as well as more team and league news. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and are enjoying the franchise series. I appreciate you taking the time to watch and hope to see you next video. But until then, thanks for watching.
What you gonna do when the River Hogs